Hey there tech fans, Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the BK-927 eARC audio extractor. This product will digitally separate the audio component from any HDMI media stream and allow you to pass that along to a modern stereo or soundbar through an HDMI connection. The product is fully compatible with 8K ultra high definition media content at up to 60 frames a second, as well as 4K content at up to 120 frames a second. It's also both HDMI 2.1 as well as HDCP 2.3 compliant, which means it's going to work perfectly fine with all of your modern media gear. It essentially allows you to bridge the gap between your newer media equipment and your older home stereo equipment. Now, as part of this review, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and then I'll take a closer look at the unit and explain the connections and indicators. I'll list the features and functions the product provides, and then I'll come back and do a short demonstration to show you just how simple this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first pop open the box, you'll find the BK-927. You'll find a single 5-volt 1-amp DC power supply. You can simply plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection on it, which plugs directly into the DC port in the back of the unit and provides all the power you'll need for operation. Also included with the kit is a warranty card and a full instruction manual that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the product that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, list the features and functions, and then I'll come back and do that demonstration. The BK-927 features a full metal enclosure which makes it incredibly durable. On either side of the cabinet, you'll find ventilation slots that are designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. On the front of the unit, starting on the left, you'll find a power indicator. The minute you add power to the module, it starts an internal power on self-test, and once it passes that test, it'll light this LED, letting you know the module's ready to use. To the right of that is an input indicator. When you connect the module up to your media device, that HDMI connection is checked. Once it's been verified, this LED will come on, indicating a solid connection. To the right of that is an output indicator. When you connect the module to an output device, that HDMI connection is checked. Once it's been verified, the output indicator will come on, letting you know you have a solid connection. To the right of that is an amp indicator. When you connect the audio output port of this unit to an amplifier or home stereo, that HDMI connection is checked as well. Once it's been verified, this LED will come on. So under normal operation, the power, input, output, and amp indicators should all be on. To the right of that is an eARC indicator, and that lets you know the current compatibility of the devices you have connected. And that can be in one of three modes. Either on solid, which means you've connected up to an eARC compatible device. It can be off, and if it's off, you've turned it off by tapping that button. Or it can be flashing, and if it's flashing, it means you've connected up to a device that's not eARC compatible. To the right of that is a bank of EDID switches, and these are used to adjust the frame rate and resolution of the input media versus the output media, and they're fully explained in the manual. To the right of that is a service port that's used for updating microcode. If you need to upgrade the microcode later on, you can simply connect this to a computer through this port, push the microcode file to the module to complete that upgrade. On the rear of the modules where you'll make all your connections, starting on the left, you'll find an input port, and that's an HDMI connection, and this connects to whatever media device you'd like to extract the audio from. To the right of that is an output port labeled TV eARC, and that connects up to your monitor to the eARC connection. To the right of that is an audio output connection, and that's where you'll connect your home stereo or amplifier. Again, these are all full-sized HDMI ports. Finally, to the right of that is a DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. You'll simply plug that power supply into a wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs in right there and provides all the power you'll need for operation. The OREI BK-927 is compatible with most modern HDMI media sources, including media players like Apple TV, streaming devices, computer systems, digital projectors, and game consoles. The product's features include full support of 8K ultra-high definition media content. It provides support for video bandwidths up to 48 gigabits per second. It is both HDMI 2.1 as well as HDCP 2.3 compliant. It has full port detection for all connections and provides advanced eDID management. Now I'll show you just how easy it'll be to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up a small media player that's currently looping a video on this monitor, and there's audio in the background that I'd like to enjoy on my soundbar. Over here I've set up one of my soundbars with an HDMI cable connected to it, and this is where I'd like to enjoy the audio from the media that's looping on this monitor. In front of me I have the BK927. This product can digitally separate the audio component from any HDMI media stream and then pass that along through an HDMI connection to a soundbar like this or a home stereo for that full theater experience. Now the first connection I'll make is from the soundbar to the unit, and again I've already connected a high-speed HDMI cable up to the soundbar, and I'll plug that into the audio output port on the back of the 927. And now I'm ready to connect up the monitor and the media player, so I'll disconnect the monitor from my media player and plug that into the video output port on the back of the 927. And then I need to connect the media player up to the unit, so I'll need another HDMI cable to do that. I've got another one right here. First I'll plug that into the media player, and then the other end of that plugs into the video input port on the back of the 927. And all we're missing at this point is power. I've already plugged in the power supply. The other end of that cable has a barrel connection on it, which basically plugs into the DC port in the back of the unit. And the minute I add power, the product immediately starts at internal power on self-test. It checks to make sure that I've got an audio output device connected, that I've got a monitor connected. It's also checking the resolution of the media content. And in a second, you'll see the video's back. Now listen, there's the audio. And you've got complete control over the volume from that soundbar. So what you're seeing here essentially is the audio being separated from the media that's being sent to the monitor through the eARC connection and then passed along to a soundbar, again, for much better quality audio. Because the challenge with a lot of modern TVs is that the speakers inside are not that great. So if you'd like to use an external amplified system like a soundbar or a home stereo, the BK927 allows you to do that by, again, simply separating the audio from the media stream and allowing you to pass that along to an output device like a soundbar for better quality audio. And it really is just that simple to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the OREI BK-927 eARC audio extractor helpful. This product makes it incredibly easy for you to connect your older audio equipment with your newer media gear by digitally separating the audio component from any HDMI media stream and then allowing you to pass that audio through an HDMI connection to a soundbar or home stereo for that full theater experience. The product is both ARC and eARC compatible, as well as being HDMI 2.1 and HDCP 2.3 certified, which means it'll work perfectly fine with all of your modern media gear. It also fully supports ultra-high definition 8K media content at up to 60 frames a second, as well as 4K content at up to 120 frames a second. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.